Hello Gemini, and welcome to your Astroflower reading. This is going to be an Astroflower reading from the 9th of May right through to the 15th of May. If you don't know anything about the Astroflower, there's loads of descriptions, there's loads of links in the description below that'll take you to discovery about the elements that run through the flower and also the different types of petals and their meanings and stuff like that. If not, you've got your book, which you can find in the links below. If you're not a member of the Astroflower family and you haven't subscribed, join us. It's fun. We're just exploring life. And so you just need to subscribe and click that bell. If you're already subscribed, I thank you very much last week, Gemini. You were enormous last week. And I really do thank you for being here. So this is the Astroflower. This is your relationship side, and this could be sort of couples, family, friends, etc. This is your business side. This has to do with jobs, business, projects, and that sort of thing. And then this is the energy that runs through you with the energy that sort of combine the two. Just straight off the bat, last week it was you had the Three of Cups here and you had the Star here. So and you had the Ace of Cups up there, so you should have been wishing about love. Everything was sort of apparently available for you last week. Looking at what's going on in the sun, as obviously we're going into solar maximum, there's going to be a lot more sort of things in the way of sunspots. There's going to be more sort of CMEs, coronal massive ejections. I'd go into all this on Cymatic TV, which is also in the description below, where we get the channeling from the earth and the chakra sequencing and stuff like that. But this here at the moment is definitely, there was this journey to head on. There was a bit of healing going on about it, but there seems to be within relationships, and we're in the last month as well before your birthday. So your birthday is not quite here. It's in the last part of your autumn. This is the moment you should be sort of looking at the way you've done things emotionally, spiritually, mentally in the past year, how you want to do them in the future, what you want to stop, what you want to continue, and everything like that. And so it's sort of gearing up into you at the moment. It's not quite there yet. And I think the universe with this Seven of Wands is sort of saying, wait, stay within your power, patience and everything like that. But you want to get on by the looks of things. You want to move on. And that could be moving on in sort of confirming a relationship, sort of like marriage or moving in with someone. It could be moving on, say, like on a family situation or a friends and community situation. Could be moving on from a lover, so you may be moving away from a lover. You know, it depends. I'm not here to sort of say to you what you should and shouldn't do. It's just what I try and do is help people get the best out of the situation by sort of how they can do this energetically and etc., and how they can confront the sort of the situations that are in front of us. So let's just channel through and see what's going on here. The universe here is, yeah, it's really sort of patience. Stay within your power. Enjoy that moment of relaxation. I think that comes from the Four of Swords last week, which was up where your guides are trying to sort of influence your conversation. And they're sort of saying, this is now the universe is backing this up, sort of saying, take time for yourself. The journey is just about to start. And it's that pause before the journey. It's the calm before the storm. But although I don't think it's a storm in a way. And they're sort of, the universe is sort of saying, just stay within your spirit, in like meditation and stuff like that. Just stay within you, and you can start that journey afterwards. As it comes towards your birthday. But this is a real time to sort of like sort the chaff and the wheat according to sort of the relationships that you and your emotional and your spiritual sort of path of what you've had over the past year. It's just channeling the guides here, and it's pushing out. It's as if like your guides are sort of saying, rather than taking on your shoulders all the woes and worries of the world, it's more like saying allow the woes and worries to be put on the outside world. We all have our part to play in this, and no one can turn away from living life. We've all got to live life and be part of it. And I think that your guides here are just trying to help you to sort of not necessarily get involved in the complications of the rest of the world and allow the complications of the rest of the world to sort themselves out. It's almost like a hermit in a way. Okay, Six of Pentacles. Very nice card. So fair exchange. So recognizing what is good for you and what is not good for you, and what is your stuff to deal with and what is the rest of the world's stuff to deal with. You can't do everything, and you certainly can't save the world. I can't save the world, you can't save the world, but we can. And if you are okay and I'm okay, then that we can exist. And this is the moment, I think, in the year for you to make sure you're okay. So don't take on too much from the outside world and their stress and strains on a relationship, spiritual or mental or energetic sort of way. Okay, so I think that's pretty straightforward. Your guides here are actually they're sorting out what is yours and what's not yours, what you can deal with and what you can't deal with. So I'd listen to them and allow them to feed you and preparing this journey that's coming up after your birthday. What's going on in the conversation with you is pushing out as well, I think. And this is part of the healing thing of realizing that there's only so much one person can do. And if you apply yourself in a way that you're applying to certain things and not trying to apply to everything, you'll get a lot more quality within your life. And that means that quality is then going to feed over to the quality of the people around you and make your relationships better and etc. So on this side here, it seems to be pushing out. It's like a Knight of Wands or something like that. And they sort of saying here is sort of don't, because this is just under the surface. This is like your subconscious, and it's sort of like don't get caught in conversations and complications that are not necessarily your problem. I think, you know, there's that fixed fire that goes between the two. So it's going to make these two highly active in the way of passionate about your life. So your guides are really trying to position you in a place where you can seize the best out of the day or get the best out of situations simply because you're not taking it all on board. Yeah, okay. 8 of Wands. So there is, you know, listen to the messages that are coming through at the moment. Very similar to Scorpio in a way, funny enough. But listening to the messages that are coming through at the moment and digesting those messages according to what you've been doing over the past year. This is really Astroflower sort of science in a way, where we'd go into the rhythms in the books of the Astroflower. And the 3-month period before your birthday is what I call your autumn period. And you're in that last month before your birthday. And this is where everything sort of like gets put into place within you. And then when your birthday comes up, then the vibration comes back up through you. And you can then sort of start that journey. And I think it's sort of taking in those messages and seeing what is available for you, basically. And listening to those messages from your guides and etc. Yeah, I think this is still to do with that healing process that we saw last week. So take time out for yourself, enjoy yourself, relax. Don't get too stressed out about the outside world. There's a limit of what that anybody can do for everybody else. Okay, let's have a look on your business and financial sort of side of life. Okay, so the month before, talking Aries season, that should have been, you might have had a lot of thoughts about how you're going to do things physically in the world in regards to your business, job, and that sort of thing. And it's already stirring up in you, sort of saying, I want to go on, I want to learn, I want to allow that passion to flow through. And it is gradually flowing into your business world or your job or your projects and stuff like that. But, you know, it's a case of not running before you can walk. I think that's more of a case of that. And I think that's where that comes from, that Four of Pentacles, really, more than anything else. You know, you've got to spend your energy or your resources wisely. And it's maybe you have to hang on for a moment, not necessarily spend it, but that passion about what you want to be doing next year is definitely coming up to the surface, and it's really starting to boil and really starting to get you going. And concentrating on that and maybe implementing it within your job or within your business and etc., that will be really good for you. Just looking at that sort of energy that's sort of coming in here, it's that cardinal fire really that's sort of feeding it as well. And that's going to be a lot that's coming through from the sun at the moment. So you may feel that the passions of the outside world are a bit overwhelming at times, and it's just learning. That's what the Page of Wands is all about, is she's playing with that wand and throwing it up in the air. It's like a magic wand, as it were, like a magician's wand. She's throwing it up in the air to see how it lands, see how she can recatch it, see how it turns. It's all about sort of passion and dancing and really childlike energy, just playing. And this week here, it's more sort of a case of just play and have fun. You did have a lot of cups. You had the Ten of Cups last week here, and you had the Wheel of Fortune at the top, and you had the Ten of Pentacles down the bottom here. So it's last week it was more sort of like a reassurance that you have everything around you, everything is available, and now you want to sort of, that's it, start going and going and going. But wait, patience. Just because you have everything doesn't mean you have to spend everything straight away. So just take it easy before you start heading off, I think, more than anything else. And that could be concerning of changing a job or developing a job or developing your business and everything like that. Just see how it sort of pans out over the next week. This is inward looking. So this could be the Two of Wands. I don't think it is, but it's inward looking. So this is your guys here. I think they're bringing in opportunities still. This is why I think the universe is saying to you, hang on, wait. Allow that passion to build justice. So yeah, it's your guides are sort of kind of saying, okay, that, no, not that, have this. And being just with the outside world and sort of putting things in a position where you can, where you don't overload your work part of life, and also being just about what is good for you and what is good for your business or what is good for your job or what is good for your project. That's what the guys are trying to influence you. And I think that also does play into that Four of Pentacles, because the Justice card is very much about sort of balance and harmony and stuff like that. And with that harmony, it plays in with that Four of Pentacles rather than that very joyful, youthful Page of Wands, are very enthusiastic and passionate. And I think the Justice card here is sort of saying, allow your guides to be this is it, be your bodyguards, and sort of saying, yeah, you can come through like a you go to a nightclub and there's a bloke on the door that's bouncer in the UK we call them. I don't know what you call them or doorman in America. I'm not too sure how you call them elsewhere, but in the UK you call them a bouncer, because they bounce people out of the nightclub, and they sort of pick and choose who can come in the club in a way, looking at dress code and everything like that. And it seems to be a little bit like that for you. Your guides are acting a little bit like that, which is really nice. They're looking after you. Be thankful for it. And you just want to get in the club. You're just kind of like, yeah. I want to dance. Yeah. So, just I think it's a case of taking time. If you don't take your time, you could be submerged emotionally. If you do take your time, you'll realize what is not good for you in the future. I think that's the conversation that's going through the spirit or through your subconscious at the moment. Like a 5 of Cups or something like that, you know. The Knight, the King of Swords. So it's built upon, okay, so basically it's built upon, the King of Swords is built upon judgment of what works and what doesn't work, and what clearly makes for clear thinking. So to see things clearly after coming up the mountain, he can see clearly across the vista in front of him, and he can decide clearly where he wants to go. And this is where your guides are sort of trying to sort of keep you on the straight and narrow at the moment. And that comes in with that card here with the Page of Wands. And the lesson this week here is how to temper your passions by the looks of it. In order to seize the opportunities that will be coming up, you have to be still, like a lion as it's going on the hunt in a way. Sometimes they need to stop in the grass and not move, you know. And it seems a little bit like that for you this week. There may be a great understanding that you had last week, which have been really good. And this week here, you've just got to position yourself for the future journey, which is coming up. It's not there yet, but it's all about positioning this week. Let's see how you combine these sort of two together. It's like Page of Cups. It's easy going, you know. What can be, don't worry about it. You know, it's a very relaxed sort of thing. 10 of Swords. Now, that's not relaxed, but it is in a way, because okay. So, yes, you could be a bit relaxed over here. So, this is what, it could be the end of that. You could start seeing the end of that autumn period coming through. So you may be in a position within your everyday life where you're actually starting to let go of painful situations in the past. But finally, it's doing a lot less harm to you. Or you do a lot less harm to yourself because of that situation. And it seems to be, this is why I've got the idea of, you are relaxed, you're about the situation, you can let things go. This is what it seems to be sort of saying this week, and it's quite a nice card because it's right at the end of the journey. So it's at the end. So there is a new beginning that's coming up, and that is all about that journey I was talking about at the beginning there. So it's just letting go of the things that's causing you pain by the sounds of it, and sometimes you just need to shrug your shoulders and kind of go, yeah, that's just the way it goes. Okay, so it is. In your everyday life, just let go of things. Don't hold on to things. Don't get emotionally triggered and etc. Because it will just cause you pain and complications and block you in your life. Shine. That's what it's coming through here, is allowing you to shine your happiness, basically. Page of Cups. Did I not say the Page of Cups was at the top? So it's dreaming about the possibilities, and I think that's being fed by these two karmic piles here. It's dreaming about those possibilities, but it is, look at these two cards here, a very sort of staid, patient cards, and then you've got two very passionate cards on your karmic path, and it is a case of sort of saying, I think, you know, inside you, you want to go, you want to do, you want to go, what you want to do. But the world around you is sort of saying, ooh, cool. If you try and push it too much, you're going to find it, I think you'll get a pushback against you from the universe. sort of say stop. And I think that's also to do with that 10 of cups, the 10 of swords, sorry. The page of cups is a case of, it's allow yourself to dream. This is part of the healing process that we should have started last week, where you can dream about brighter futures. But it's not necessarily the moment. In order to dream something, you've got to be a bit of asleep. So it's not, you're not actually in the fray at the moment. And allow that to, allow those dreams and those possibilities to actually invest inside you, so you can provide yourself with a path going forward which is much better for you. Okay, there you go, Gemini. Nice reading. Very technical, very autumn reading for you. If you're already part of the Astroflower family, lovely to have you back here on the Astroflower family meeting. If you haven't subscribed, just click that subscription button and the bell so you get notifications for all future videos coming up. We do a lot of stuff on Instagram as well, so you may want to go over there and see what we're doing on there. We do some free giveaways, but we also got our sister channel, Cymatic TV, where we do the energy updates and where we sort of channel the vibrations coming through from the ley lines of the earth, get the messages from the earth, see what's happening in the chakra sequences, happening within our energies, happening within health and stuff like that. In the meantime, Gemini, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.